I'm going to show you how I've taken a bland looking home from the 1960s and with the right color paint, landscaping, and a simple architectural detail changed it into the best looking house on the block. The go-to for accenting windows is often adding shutters, but in the case of this house they wouldn't work well with the architectural style. So I took a design cue from historic homes in Italy and Greece and we'll be adding a frame around the windows. I'll be using plastic lumber because it is rot resistant and easy to work with. Step 1 is to lay out where the boards will go before we start. Take a straight edge like a long level or one of the boards being placed on the wall and draw pencil lines where the edges of the boards will go. Here, in order to keep the inside of the board flush to the inside of the opening, I'll need to cut a notch. There's some stucco in the corners, so I notched the back side of the board so it will fit relatively snug and flat. In step 3, I attach the bottom and top of each board. I'm using 2¼ inch Tapcons with a tapered Phillips head, so they'll sit just below the surface of the board. In step 4, attach the top board to one end and measure how long to cut it by making a pencil mark on the board. I prefer to do this versus measuring as it provides me with a perfect cut length. I then take it down, cut it, and put it back up. Step 5 is to drill the rest of the holes needed to attach the board. I drill them all now so I'm not also drilling through the adhesive I'll be applying and making a mess of the drill bit. Don't screw them all the way down yet because they need to be removed to glue them to the wall. In step 6, attach them by using an adhesive. Here I'm using an adhesive water-based caulk. It's the same as I'll use to caulk everything at the end. This is also where those pencil lines I made in the beginning are helpful. Next, I put my board back up and run the screws down to mount them to the wall permanently. By doing one board at a time, I can butt the ends up without needing to check the alignment. Even with the holes being pre-drilled, they can move slightly. Now, all of the boards are attached, so step 7 is to caulk all the edges. I fill the screw holes using a putty knife and caulk. If the holes are deep, they may need a second layer of caulk after the first layer dries to make them flush. Don't worry about getting the caulk on the newly painted walls because the edges will be painted over in the final step. I get a lot of questions about what paint colors, brands, and finishes I use. On this house, the colors are Faro and Ball colors that were mixed by using cross-reference codes by a Benjamin Moore paint store. I wanted to use their ultra-spec satin for the walls, which will keep dirt from sticking, chalking, and sun fade better than a flat wall paint, yet still not have the shine of a semi-gloss. The doors are painted with Coronado Rust Scat gloss, and the white on walls and trim is a Benjamin Moore Super White gloss. I'm Steve Blackwood. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please hit the like button so it can be shared with others. And don't forget to subscribe to see more on other projects and fixes around your house.